Hello, my name is Emily, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use a ring sling. So I feel like ring slings can be really intimidating if you've never actually used one before, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually a super simple process. There are so many benefits, not only for the convenience of the mom, but also for the baby, physically and cognitively. So something to think about before is actually the timing of when you're going to try the ring sling for the first time. Also, feel free to put your baby in while you're sitting down if you feel safer that way, or you can ask someone else to assist you. The first thing you're gonna do is actually thread your sling. So here are my two rings right here, and then my fabric is right here. There's also a little pocket. Then you're just gonna lay it over whichever shoulder feels most natural to you. And all of the fabric is gonna go behind my back, so then I just wanna make sure that nothing is twisted. Looks pretty good. I always go ahead and just fold the tail a couple times, and then once I have it folded, I'm just gonna slip it right through both of the rings and just pull it through so that it fits my body pretty well, not too much extra fabric. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take that folded fabric again and put it through the bottom ring. Okay, so this is how it should look so far. So then once you have your fabric pulled through, you're just gonna wanna run your fingers across it kind of like this to make sure that there's no twists or anything, so that it's going to be easier when you go to tighten it. Now this top part of my fabric, when I pull that, it's going to tighten the top of the sling, and then if I pull the bottom, it's going to tighten the bottom of the sling. And it's honestly just so much easier to adjust when there isn't any twists in the fabric right here. So the next step is actually going to be specific to your baby's size. I'm going to be putting a newborn into my sling, so I only need about this much room with my forearm against my chest. This is about the amount of fabric that I'm going to need for her, so I'm just going to tighten it just a little bit so that it's nice and snug. If you're using your sling with a bigger baby, you'll probably need a little bit more room. So then before you move on to the next step, you just want to make sure that the fabric is comfortable on your shoulder and then it's not twisted anywhere in the back, and then you are ready to put your baby in. So the first step is going to be to put your baby really high on your shoulder as if you're going to birth them. So then once they're high on your shoulder, it'll be pretty easy to go ahead and put their feet in. So you want to make sure that their knees are bent and high and that their bottom is down lower. This is so that their weight doesn't rest on their ankles. Once she's in the sling and sitting in the frog position with her bottom down, you're just gonna go ahead and tighten the sling. The top rail or piece of fabric, when you pull that, it should tighten the top. And then same with the bottom, you can kind of lift your baby up, tighten the bottom, and you're just gonna tighten until you're both comfortable. But since she's a newborn, I am gonna go ahead and provide a little bit more support for her neck and head, especially if she would fall asleep. I'm just gonna take the tail fabric and kind of twist it, and then once it's twisted the whole way across to provide a little pillow for her, I just tuck the additional fabric right in where it lays across my back. So now she's all snug and secure, which means I can now do things hands-free, and she's actually almost asleep already. This is her favorite place to be. And then I just wanted to mention, if you are carrying a bigger baby, you'll want to do a hip carry, whereas this is a front carry. Rather than the baby's bottom being right here, it would actually be on your hip, and you would actually leave their legs out and have them just sit their bottom in the sling. This is typically for babies like 6 months or older. And then no matter what your baby's size is, you always want to go through the same safety check steps called T.I.C.K.S. T is for tight, so you want to have the baby tight enough so that they're completely secure while your hand's free. I is in view, so you should always be able to see your baby's nose and mouth at all times. So C is close enough to kiss. You always want to have your baby really high on your chest so that you can kiss them at any time. K is keep chin off of chest, so you want the baby's chin to always be off of their chest. And then finally S is to support their back, so you want their back to always have this natural C shape, and you want their chest and tummy to be pressed up against you. And that is how you use a ring sling.